Hi, welcome back to our discussions on raising socially conscious children. I'm Christine Haley Brennan, and I'm here with my friend and colleague and mom, Jillian. And today I wanted to start out asking you, Jillian, tell me about how in your house you start to introduce the concepts of work ethic and economics, and even donation.
Yeah, so this is a conversation that we have had multiple times over the last couple of years, trying to figure out when to start like an allowance and like what system do we want to do. And my husband and I are both not people who are really good at managing a lot of things at one time. So it needed to be a simple system that didn't require a lot of extra effort from us, but we knew that it was important to start teaching our son about money and like what it is and where it goes and how you use it and how you can save it and how you can share it. So when he had just turned 6, we started, or maybe like right before he turned 6, we started this system that I feel really good about and I think it's really working well, that I'm excited to share with you. So the basic fundamental piece of this is that we didn't want it to be based only on his ability to do chores. Number one, because we thought that that would increase the amount of conflict that we have in our house, given that we were not likely to remember to offer him the chance to do certain chores regularly because, that's more bandwidth than we have available. And we didn't want it to be something that he was pushing back against and that we would have to be like, well, if you want to earn your money, you need to do the work because you have a long time to learn that lesson overall. So we started with a universal basic income. So every week, Daniel gets $2 in his My Choice envelope. My Choice means he can spend it however he wants within limitations of us giving him guidance because he's only 6. Of course, as he ages, we'll loosen that. He can't buy anything anyway because he doesn't have a credit card and never leaves the house. So he has a My Choice bag, but he also gets 50 cents a week for savings in a separate bag. And then he gets 50 cents a week for tzedakah in a different bag. And tzedakah is a Hebrew word that many interpret as charity, but we don't view it that way. The actual definition of the word is, looks to my screen, righteousness, right? It's this requirement, this ethical obligation to give to others. And so he gets 50 cents a week that comes just from us to gather and then give as he chooses to an institution of his choice. So we still want him to build a work ethic around doing jobs, doing chores, and earning additional money for that. So when he has his eye on something that he wants to buy and $2 a week is not going to cut it in terms of the speed of earning, he is given opportunities to do additional jobs and get paid for it. The payment is kind of based on whatever we think the job is worth and how well he does it. So if I say, can you clean up the living room from all the baby toys? And he just kind of sits around and tosses toys, he doesn't really get paid for that. But if he's super focused and he does it all really well, I'll say, wow, that was so fast and amazing. You didn't require any input from me to tell you where to put everything. No reminders were needed. You get $1 for that. If you needed reminders and needed help, maybe you get 50 cents. We were basing the pay based on how much labor it took of us to help him do it. He also gets opportunities to do big jobs, like he helps his Mimi make her bed sometimes or mop the floors. These are big jobs. He can earn like $10 in one day for some of these big jobs when he's really looking to earn for something, for a Lego Jurassic World set of his fantasies.
Yes.
And then we had the chance to really put this to the test at the holidays last year when he had earned his My Choice money. He had a good amount in there, and he was responsible for buying Christmas presents for his cousins and his siblings. There are 4 of those in total. So he needed to figure out how to take his little, I don't remember what it was, like $14 and divide it up among them. And he had a really hard time in the store choosing something that was for them and not for him. We had all those conversations, but he was able to, in the end, he chose a small doll for each of his younger siblings. and a dinosaur egg that, you could like chip out like a dinosaur from inside for his cousins. And he was very proud of himself that he had earned this money and he spent it to pick out something that he knew was going to bring pleasure to people he really cares about. And then to celebrate Hanukkah, my husband and I always have a system of we make our donations at the end of the year. So for every night of Hanukkah, we make a donation that's sizable to us within our relatively modest means to organizations that we support the mission of. So we thought, let's teach him to do the same thing. And we taught him, we started introducing conversations about children's hospitals and what they offer. We talked about CHOP, we talked about St. Jude's, we showed him some of the pamphlets that they send us in the mail. And we talked to him about, the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen that we support and Phil Abundance that we also supported in the past. And what they do to help feed people who don't have access to enough food or enough resources to be able to get food all the time. And, just kind of casual conversations. This was not a very special episode. We, showed him pamphlets, let him look at the pictures, talked to him about what they do. And then later at a different time, we were like, so what do you think you want to give your tzedakah to? How do you want to split up your money? And what he ended up doing was giving the bulk of his money to St. Jude's Hospital because it felt important to him to help sick children. And then he negotiated more money out of us to the camp that we are associated with, that we love, that Christine and I both have appreciation for. And that's where Daniel gave his additional money that he negotiated out of us. And within that donation, he was able to choose, what do you want it to go to? Do you want it to go to financial aid for campers? Do you want it to go to, like new equipment for the camp? And he chose for like staff development. Like he really wanted to like honor the staff of the camp. And he really walked away with a sense of pride over that. He got a letter in the mail thanking him for his donation. And I felt really good about the way that he saw the value of sharing his money, right? He had a chance at this point with this system that we have been able to successfully keep on top of every week, where he earns enough money that he can, all within a short period of time, buy something for himself, work to earn money to buy something for himself, buy something for people he loves and cares about. He has money for his savings account. And he was able to support organizations and institutions that he thinks are important. So I really feel like we landed in the right spot with our system of sort of redistributing his wealth and leaning into giving him a chance to earn money that he does not have to work for, because life isn't all about toiling and working for money. There's other richness and beauty in there. And as long as we have the resources to give, we're happy to share with him in that way.
Absolutely. Do you see, like now after the holidays, with the tzedakah money, are there discussions about what happens with that next, or that have come up? I was just wondering.
Yeah, so we haven't. I was thinking that just yesterday as I was like putting my 50 cents in, what's going to be next for this? And because 50 cents a week is not a whole lot of money, it will take time to add up to be like a donatable amount. So I'm thinking we'll do it quarterly or maybe twice a year and give him a chance to stop and think about, what are my values now? Because values change. He might not be as interested in supporting camp next year. He might have something else that he's into. So we'll just continue the conversation. And then as he gets older, we'll be able to tell him more about different challenges that people have that he might care about supporting.
Yeah. And it, like, again, I think with the age, it's perfect to start opening that idea that there are ways that even he can help, but ways that adults help others in monetary ways. And that if he has a interest in it, then it feels good to do that too.
Right. We didn't want it to be something that was required or obligatory. We wanted it to feel very natural. Like this is just a part of what people do. We wanted to make it really transparent that this is what we do with our money, that it's a value that we have and that we live with, that we give what we can when we can. We also have started giving money sporadically to just random causes that we see, like crowdfunding opportunities online. Somebody needs some support in housing for a month, or they need some support for medical care for them or for their pet, and we give to those, like a small amount of money at a time. And we started talking about that so that he sees that value in us. Otherwise, we're just doing it on PayPal. He would never know.
Yeah.
Want him to see that, like, yes, we work hard for our money, and we do tell him when we go to work, I need to earn money so that I can pay for our home and pay for the fun things that we do and the food that we eat. But that he also sees that we do understand that not everybody has the resources that we have, and that it is our responsibility to care for other people and to share that.
Yeah. And this type of experience can give that work ethic, that idea that we have a part to play in our home. We have a part to play in the outside world as well. And that starts to really pull into the idea of what you just said, caring for other people. And that always starts with young children in their home, who are their first interactions, our family. So I care about you. And if I can help you out, it feels good, but it's also something later on that I can see is going to help me get some of the things I'm interested in, and help kind of look into areas that where people don't have the same type of scenario, and that I can help in that way as well. And that feels good. There's science behind the idea of helping others feels good.
Mm-hmm.
So this is teaching our children not only that they are worthwhile and definitely they can do these things, but also that when you walk away, it feels good to help those around you, whether it's your cousin because you bought them a fun dinosaur egg to crack, or it's the camp that you really believe in. And that starts to bring that humanity piece together. What is it that I bring to this world and that I can help others with?
Yeah, that's our goal. That's our goal. Thank you.
I love it.
For the opportunity to share about our little system.
I think it's great. And I think as parents, we're always looking for new systems to make it be a meaningful process instead of somebody just going, I did it, where's my money?
Right. Which was never something that we wanted to do or keep up with. Like,
yeah, it's hard as a parent to
make you do it.
Exactly.
Easy and meaningful. That's our top parenting goal right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's everybody's parenting goal. And making good humans out of it. So thank you for sharing that with us. We look forward to talking next time when we're together about raising socially conscious children. Thanks so much.